Hey, what's up, guys and gals? Ricknineg here. Thank you so much for joining me. Wow, this thing went live faster than I thought it would, so it was a little bit surprising. How are you all doing? Look at this. I'm blending into my background. Isn't that awesome? That's so great. I thought it would be camouflage, so you can just see like a floating headpiece over here. Hope all of your Sunday? Hope your Sunday is going awesome. Patty is here joining us, and I appreciate it. How are you? Hopefully everything is going great. We have a good run of a few episodes we're gonna go through, and hopefully you all are doing okay. Sophia is here as well. Also, if you haven't seen my yesterday episode, the feuds between the Ricardos and the Mertzes, I'd highly recommend it. I enjoyed doing that one a lot, and just going through the different episodes and looking at their worst fights, their worst arguments. It was really fun to look at. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Hello, floating head. I know. Do you like my Halloween costume? I should do this. I should do this. I know. I blend in perfectly. This is like a green screen shirt. This is not what you should use when you do chroma key, but I'm not doing it, so it's fine. Michael, yes. Woo! Floating head. Anyway. Hello, Casey. Michael, there we go. So much good stuff. I have let me just open up my little book here. Oh, look at this. Looks a little worried. Oh, this is interesting. So here's a photo I think you'd like. Look at Desi's expression. Apparently it's after filming the first segment of an episode. It doesn't tell me what episode it is. He's just leaning against. I'm guessing it's something in the first two seasons. Joanne and Linda have joined. But look at that. Look at his face. Apparently he's worried, or just like, he's like, did we make a mistake or anything? So that's pretty cool. And then, so if you haven't seen my video where I visit the I Love Lucy studio, I would recommend it. This is the opening down here. The original opening. I'm trying to get it in frame. Everything's backwards, so that's why it's trouble. So if I go to left, it's to the right and all that. So that's the original opening that I was at. Now that opening is sealed up, so it's pretty cool to see that. Geospatial, nice name. Geospatial Bluff. That's pretty cool. We have Kim joining us. Wow, nice amount of people. So I think we should get the episode started. This is, remember, they were venturing to Hollywood, and so we're going to move a little bit forward with Hollywood, because I've shown LA at last when they arrive a few times. And so they're pretty much in Hollywood, and hopefully you will enjoy this. Let's do it. Hello, Lucy. There she is, looking gorgeous. Look at that dress she's got on. Oh, and the licking of the stamps. You guys remember when you had to lick stamps? So can you guys guess what episode this is? I know you have a big hint because it's like season 4, and then you have the Hollywood one, so you know it's a Hollywood episode. So I'm just going to keep this like this. I'm going to look for the episode and then read it off, obviously, when we get to that point. When someone guesses what episode it is, I'm sure you guys will get it in like 51 milliseconds. Probably faster than I could find it in the book, actually. Let me see. There it is. There we go. Look at that. Casey is on it. Lucy gets in pictures. And so the hard thing about this, I wouldn't have been able to get it that fast. I would have to hear the dialogue where she starts saying, well, I want to be in the movie and blah, 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 blah. And then I would have probably gotten it. But muted like that, I don't know. That would have been a little bit difficult. So let me tell you about this episode. This is the third episode where they're in Hollywood. We have LA at Last. That's the one with the nose and the lighting the nose on fire with William Holden. Then we have Don Juan and the Starlets. Remember, Ricky went to Hollywood to make that picture, which never got made. But he had all this publicity, and I have a photo here. Let me try to get it in frame. There we go. And Lucy is on the end being jealous of all the girls. And then this one is the one after that. So Lucy gets in pictures. I do actually like this one. Don Juan the Starlet. I don't like that one too much. I like this one a lot more. And in fact, this one got a little bit more in ratings. I'm surprised it didn't do better. So this one aired on February 21st, 1955. Episode 116, filmed on a Thursday. Seemed like they started doing Thursdays in 54. December 16th, 1954. Rating share was 51.7 out of 68. Supporting cast, Frank Williams. I believe he was the director. He played the director. He also played the jewelry thief, quote unquote, but he was just the jewel guy. He had like a jewelry store. Lou Krugman, showgirl Ona Connors, Bobby, the little bellboy Robert Jellison. Stagehand is Louis A. Nicoletti. He's in super extra. He's in all these other things. And then there's music. So there's a note here. It says, Lucy makes reference to Lillian Appleby instead of properly calling her Carolyn Appleby. Lucille Ball sent actor Lou Krugman a wire following filming of this episode. Dear Lou, appreciate you top the sping last night so much. Stop. Just wanted you to know. Stop. Please come again soon. Stop. Love, Lucy. All those stops have to do whenever you do a telegram. They're just there, you know? Desilu pianist Marco Rizzo wrote a special song for his boss and called it Lucy's Mambo, unveiling it for the studio audience for the first time of the night of the filming of the show. That's interesting. I never knew that. Lucy's Mambo. I'm going to have to look that up. Anyway, we can get back to the episode. Oh, yes, Kim, this is where she wears that big headdress, and she's like, oh, Mr. Williams, and it's going back, and then she gets her train caught on the floorboard. And I love Ricky now trying to convince her. He's like, you got all of Hollywood available to you. You got your best friends here. You have a car. And she's like, oh, that's true. And look at what you want to do. You want to work all day. Oh, ridiculous. Yeah, that's a nice flowery dress. I like the collar stuff on her. Yeah, look how fashion oriented I am. The collar stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not big into clothing or fashion or anything. So I see that, and I know it's a beautiful looking dress, but I mean, the high collar dress. Okay. Look at all the packs of cigarettes on the table. There's like 2 open packs. And then there might have been a box with others, but at least there's 2 open packs of cigarettes. And Lucy's Chesterfields, I'm sure, were in there. In the Philip Morris boxes. Hello. Happy Sunday to everyone. Of course, look at Ethel with her nice little scarf. Ethel looks a lot older, I would say, here compared to season 1. Although Lucy, I think, looks pretty much the same. Maybe a little older, but just an inch older. Fred looks pretty much the same. Desi starts to get a little chubbier facially and a little swollen, I would say, the drinking and so forth. And then Fred and Ethel walk in with their news. Yep, they ruined the whole thing. It's not the anniversary episode. It's Lucy Gets in Pictures. She stars in a picture, in a movie, and she's the one. She has a huge headdress thing in it, and it weighs her back and she falls. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, Ricky said he didn't really take care of himself between the smoking, the drinking, and the womanizing, which I'm sure, I don't know, someone can correct me, but there might have been drugs involved too, which, yeah. But, yeah, and of course that stuff ages you, right? More than other things. Smoking does its fair share, of course. Oh, she's so sad because she's the only one who isn't in a picture. Now I love Ricky's look back at her because he feels bad for her. It was colorized recently on CBS. I've heard that, yeah, but I didn't see it colorized. I don't even have regular TV anymore. And there's Bobby. Now this is interesting because parts of this was actually shown in syndication, but then now Bobby's going to come back and talk about his part and go through his dialogue. I've never seen that in syndication. I thought that was really interesting of why they excluded that. I guess it was just extra fluff they didn't want to leave in here. So, kind of cool to note. He is so short compared to everyone else. I find him funny. I wish they would have used him a little more. He's also in the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. He's in the Uranium episode, I think. I think he plays a bellboy as well. While they're in, where are they? I think they're not in Vegas. It could have been Reno. I love the wardrobe that Lucy wore. I admire her determination. Oh, and also they do not know what we know about smoking. Exactly. They did not know smoking was seen as like a cool thing, and it was in fact good for you somehow. It's kind of like the organic food craze that's kind of happening right now, or the whole Wi-Fi thing, how our phones give us brain tumors, things like that, and everyone has a phone, and people don't care now, but like 50 years later, they're going to be like, yeah, those things gave people brain tumors. So, yes. I love all the greenery behind in the hotel room. Like, I've gone to hotel rooms, and they haven't been as nice as this one. Like, I know Ricky and Lucy were given the hotel room by the studio, but goodness gracious, that's a hotel room. That's nicer than some people's apartments. Look at that. Can I act? And then she messes up her hair like an Italian actress. Look at her. Wow, you're great. And then I think Bobby now is telling her about Schwab's, and Schwab's is a place where I think Lana Turner was discovered. I think it's like a soda pop or like a diner type place. And so it's pretty funny because she tries to go there to get discovered, and of course she doesn't get discovered. Man, I love how her eyes glisten even from this distance. What room is my husband in? 302 or whatever room. I don't remember the exact number. Now, this tells me that this was a nice hotel. Like, look at his outfit, his bellboy outfit. It's pretty distinct looking there. So there we go. She's taking off, going to Schwab's now, seeing if she can get discovered. Ricky always reading Variety, see if he's in there. The Mertzes just coming back from their little filming that they had in their movie. Oh, yes, Alec. That is a great, great episode. So Alec is talking about the one where they go and the grapes and the vineyards, and they have a big fight, and it's really, really funny. You know, apparently the woman was holding her down, and she thought it was like part of the act, and Lucy was like choking. It was kind of dangerous. And she said that she had to really fight her, like, because she was Italian, they kind of told her what to do, but a lot of it was kind of ad-libbed and how she held her down and so forth. There were some issues there. Oh, and there comes Lucy stumbling in after having all of these, what are these, not ice cream sundaes. It's like ice cream, but with soda pop, root beer floats, those type of things. I don't drink that stuff, so I don't know. I'm a water guy. Oh, yes, Alondris. So, you guys tell me this. Why do they colorize all these episodes and then don't even put them out on DVD for us to watch? They just kind of put them on the TV. They put some of them. There you go, Alec. Malts or ice cream floats. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. Yeah, so, I mean, some are on DVD. I have some on DVD, but I don't think the others are out yet. It doesn't take that long to put them on DVD. A couple months, 2-3 months. So, who knows? Cornell Wilde was upstairs once, so it must have been a nice hotel. Oh, yeah, it was, because they talk about the Beverly Hilton, Beverly Palms, and so forth. So, look at her purse. She's got like a cylindrical purse. Oh, man. And I love her droopy eyes. Like, she's got a droopy eye thing of how she just doesn't feel well from all those malts. Thank you for that. Banana splits. All these things that are so fattening but so good. So sugary. Well, I know someone at the studio who can help you out, honey. And she's so happy now. She perks up. You can even see her fingers. It's like, when you get excited and your hand, you can't contain yourself. So there it is. There is the scene there. This is where they're going to film the movie that Lucy's going to be in, apparently. You have the girls already all dressed up. That's the director there, Mr. Williams. They did dress up for everything. That's so cool. What I love is that this guy, Mr. Williams, or the director. Come on in, honey. Let me introduce you to the director. And the lovely part was that he's so nice here, and then he starts to get annoyed, and you see his increasing just impatience with her. It's really funny. Yep, all you see is her feet. Yep. So all the beautiful showgirls are there, and they're ready to help out for the scene. And the thing is, you think something good is going to happen, that she's going to finally make it into the movie, which she does, I guess. He's like, you just be calm, honey. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Oh, she's so cute. She's so excited. Acting all excited. It's just so genuine. Every time I see this, I take a look at her little mannerisms, look at her fingers, and you know, surprised at the headdress. Oh man, look at that thing. It's a monster. It's like bigger than some huge arrangements, flower arrangements that you can get. He's like, all right, is it good? You got it? Okay. Her face. She's like, oh man. She's like, oh goodness. And I love him too, because he needs to be a straight man and just keep it, you know, everything straight, not laughing, because it's a serious thing. But funny for us, because she can't hold on to it. Oh, and she's swaying back and forth. And it's funny because it's all feathers, and so it shouldn't be that heavy, but I guess it is. He's like, you gotta balance it. And she's screaming at the guy because she can't hear anything. Oh, look at her. Stumbling up the stairs. Oh, she can barely get... Oh, would you please go to the top? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm on there. Oh. You can see the mic on the top of the thing. And all the girls are like, what is wrong with this woman? Oh, going to the end. And then she's going to have her first take here. Coming down the stairs, looking lovely and beautiful as always. And coming down the steps. Even the girl on the side reacts to her slipping headdress. I'm impressed how much she must have, or I can imagine how much she would have practiced. And he says, are you comfortable? She's like, no, sir. Yes, sir. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. She works with it because, you know, obviously that thing had to go back and forth. And it has, I mean, she practiced with it, but it has kind of a mind of its own. You can't really predict where it's going to go. I'm sure she could tilt her head and move it forward and backwards. But see, there we go. She kind of tilted it and it went with it. But if it moves one way or you don't, then you just react to it. A lot of it, even though she said it was an ab-lib, you kind of have no choice when it's live like that, right? I mean, she knew what she was going to do, but look. Thank you. She's like, thank you. Oh, man. He's like, come down a little faster, please, ma'am. And he's ready, and the music's gonna start. And it's beginning to tilt. And to pull her backwards. And she tries to play it off by saying, ooh, I faded, or I slipped. Apparently got caught with a nail. Her train got caught with a nail. Pulled her down just like that. Hello, how are you, Heather? Oh man, look at all the jewelry, the beads. I just noticed the beads on that thing. Lots of feathers though. So this is where the director's starting to say, this woman probably can't handle this. Let's switch the positions of the girl so that she can handle it, because this is messing up my shoot. Any of you who, I don't know if you might be in movies or TV, you know that this all costs money whenever they do multiple takes. And so if stuff's not working, they have to switch it up because they're losing money as they're doing it. They have to pay people, the longer they're there and so forth. And now Lucy is like, no, they're taking away my starred position. And he's like, oh, you're doing very, very well, ma'am. And she's like, jeez. Oh, man. He's like, this time, come down a little faster. Music, por favor. Oh. And she's... I love that. That was timed so nicely. They must have practiced that fairly well. Because they have those little banners on both sides. And so it just seems like, I don't know, she obviously practiced that. She's like, well, you want us to come down a little faster. Oh, she's so great. So I thank you guys for your patience and so forth with my videos. Like I said, I wish I could make a video every day. I wish I could post every day. I wish I could do a Lucy video every day, a Three Stooges video, like every day. However, time is limited. I am doing more per month now. And like I said, this isn't my job. It's something I do for fun. And so I kind of have a plan on why and the reasons for what I release, and I have books. I have my journal, which isn't here right now. It's my little journal, and I write different things on it. I have ideas and so forth. So I have my little method to my madness, which I kind of keep to myself. So I do want to let you know that more of Lucy will be coming, more other stuff will be coming, and I appreciate you accepting and trusting in the way that I post things. So yeah. And she's super upset that she's not the star of this whole thing. Oh man, look at that. She's like, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. So the girl's supposed to get shot, the main girl. And Lucy's like, why would I take that bullet? And he's like, oh gosh, this woman. Thank you, Alec. I'm glad you enjoyed the Ricardos and Mertz's one. The big feuds they had. For some reason, that one was really fun to make. I don't know why. I guess all the arguing and so forth. But yeah, no, it was a fun one. Some were fun. Some were more laborious. Some were more like quick scenes. This was a little more difficult because the feuds, at least going to that, have to do more with. So I would say they spread along more, the feuds. Like it's kind of longer, and so you have to really think about how much or how little to put in there and so forth. And so I always think I get better with that as I edit more and I get to learning the art a little more. I'd say editing is an art. It really is, because you can choose what to put in there and what you don't and so forth. And so if it's like a funny moment, boom, it's a funny moment, you move on. But you're trying to fit as many moments in there as possible. You don't want to make it too long, all of this stuff. Yeah, I think the washing machine was like the quintessential. I mean, I think I said that in the video. It is the biggest of the biggest feud. Although it's not my favorite feud, the courtroom one is. It's, I think, the one that, I don't know, people remember that washing machine going off the balcony there. I think that was really cool. The Little Ricky's drumming was funny. I don't like that one as much. I do like when like Lucy and the eggs, and she counts the eggs and she keeps going on and on. See, but that wasn't part of the feud. So I didn't include that in there. So that's why you have to, it takes time to make these videos, guys and gals. And sometimes I have planned ahead. I don't know exactly what I'm going to post this week, but I have it narrowed down to a couple. So yeah, sometimes I let you guys know what I'm thinking into my brain. All right, so now he has changed the complete scene and saying, well, now we're going to pretend that you're already dead. We're not going to go into the method where you're shot. And he wants her to lay down, face down. And she's worried because no one's going to see her. She wants her friends and family to see her in the movie. And he's like, well, we'll do it some other way. And of course, they're going to bring in a stretcher. Lucy is very, very used to that kind of stuff. Amedio has joined us. And of course, covers her up. Covers her face up. Which I don't know the reason why he wants to... Oh, I guess because when you're dead, you know, they cover your face. I get it. But that sheet was too... It was too short. She is not having it. She is really upset. Oh, and she's gone. She's going to do something. She has a plan. He's like, all right, go do what you got to do. Ladies crowd around while Mrs. Ricardo comes back. The courtroom one is very good, especially Ethel's testimony. Yeah, Ethel is, she's a unique one. When she gets angry, she gets pretty feisty there. It's like, where's the dead woman? Oh, there she is. Man, Lucy caused so much trouble on this shoot here. Of course, he's going to cover her with the sheet. And boom. So now the girls are supposed to be sad and, you know, say my friend is gone. And so it's a little bit of acting going on here. And those are some of the original... You know, the guys who were behind that camera, you even saw Desi back there. Those are all real, right? But they were shown to make it look like they were filming, you know, so forth. Like, that's one of the real cameras right there that you see. It's not a prop. That's a real camera. It's the actual side camera they use, the left camera. So it's kind of what a backstage looks like. They're just showing more of this stage there. And now, the director gets told, there's something wrong with Lucy's feet. Let's take a look. And of course, Lucy wants to leave. He's like, show me your feet, please. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll show you your feet. Oh, Lucy. Only she would think of doing this. Lucy Ricardo. Yeah, who would put that on their feet for a movie? Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's do another one. Let's do another one that I really, really like. Oh, yes. I love this one. Let me just get it to that point. And let's see here. There we go. Today they wouldn't take a courtroom time over a TV set. Oh, you'd be surprised. It's small claims court, so you can go up to $5,000. I've seen $100 to $200 type cases out there. It's more about principle, but it could be. It's possible. Lucy's trying to get a tan because she said she has such fair skin. Now, that's really impressive that a roast is LR, Lucy Ricardo. That's pretty crazy. Like, again, we're talking about a big luxury going on there. I mean, by the time they were in this season, apparently the Ricardos had a bit of money. Although Ricky always complained that he didn't, but I don't know. Oh, look at that. The fashion show. Isn't this a great episode? Let me give you some info on the episode here. Of course, it's the one right after, so not too surprising I would show it, but I do like this one a lot. This is a February 28th, 1955 release, episode 117. Filmed again on a Thursday, December 23rd, so a day before Christmas Eve. Rating share 55. This one got a lot more ratings than the last episode. I sometimes think that maybe some people tune in and some people don't tune in for some reason. And then they hear maybe last week's episode was good, so they tune into the next one. I wonder if that has a lot to do with it. So, of course, Dawn Loper's in this episode. And let's see, Amzie, the sales clerk. Her name is Amzie Strickland. Mrs. Gordon McRae. We have real famous wife. So these are the wives of famous actors. So Gordon McRae's wife, Sheila McRae. Let's see, William Holden's wife, Brenda Marshall Holden. Mrs. Dean Martin, Jean Beeger Martin. Mrs. Van Heflin, Frances Neal Heflin. Forrest Tucker's wife, Marilyn Johnson Tucker. Alan Ladd's wife, Sue Carol Ladd. And Richard Carlson's wife, Mona Carlson. Very, very cool. Yeah, so, I mean, lots of famous actresses. No, they're not themselves actresses. They're the wives of the famous actors. Oh, yes, and this is where Ricky's saying, yeah, we can... I would consider buying you a dress, Lucy. Don't worry about it. Yeah, her robe has the initials on it. Pretty crazy stuff. Greg Birkin, how am I viewing and playing Lucy Veals in the corner? Well, I have two screens, so I can kind of do that. It takes a little bit of time to get it going, and it's a little complicated, but for you guys, I looked up some cool ways to do it, or some viable ways, and, well, that's what I came up with, so why not? Oh, look at Fred. Oh, he's awesome. He's so funny. I am doing great. I'm doing fine. I am excited for the season we're in, at least here in the United States, because I know some people don't see me from South America or the Southern Hemisphere. We're in spring, and it's getting lovely. I'm really excited for spring because then comes summer, which is my favorite season. And so I'm excited. I love to see the sun out. It's so bright. You can see it on my face. So yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, everyone. Hopefully all of you are doing great. Again, I say it a lot. Hopefully it doesn't get repetitive, but I will keep saying it that I'm very appreciative for every single one of you for joining my live streams, taking time out in your day, whether you're watching me on your phone, your iPad, your PC, whatever it might be. I do appreciate it. Again, I know you could be doing so many things, and it means the world to me. It does, that you would take time out of your day to watch little old green screen me. And yeah, so I do appreciate that. And my videos, like I keep saying it, but again, it's very nice to have your work be appreciated, of course. So very, very true. Fancy Smancy, look at that. Dawn Loper's outlet? No, boutique. I don't think outlet's the proper word. So Greg has a cool question here. Let's see. How did you develop this interest in I Love Lucy? Great question, Greg. I would say I used to watch TV, and my parents knew about Lucy, but it wasn't even a big thing when I was a little boy. I was probably like 2 or 3, and I would watch cartoons, and the way some of our schedule and programming worked, they would put, kids shows at some time, and then they would lead on to other shows that weren't necessarily kids shows, but were G-rated. And I think Lucy just popped in, or yeah, it was advertised between some of the cartoons, just like a funny moment, and it was Lucy like all starched up, or Lucy with the big loaf of bread. And I just thought that was so funny. I was like, what's this lady with a big piece of bread? And I saw an episode and I thought it was funny, and it just became an addiction, I guess, to just watch and know more about it. And I watched it for a long while, and I mean, I wasn't really super into it. I watched cartoons and other stuff, but then I started getting into it, I guess, my high school days, and then I watched the 2003, I think, Lucy movie, and then that really brought me down when I found out they got divorced, and I stopped watching it for a few years. It was just too depressing. But then I learned to accept it and be like, well, that's just part of life, and it happens, and I still love the show. So then I got even more into it, and that's the present day. So, yeah. Kind of a long explanation to a short question, but yes, you wanted to know. So if you guys want to know anything, go ahead and ask in the chat. I'd be more than happy to. Oh, look at Lucy trying to take a sneak peek at the price tag there. Oh man, You do not do that in a fancy place. Let me just tell you guys about that. Oh, she's trying to pass it off. Now, it's funny because all these dresses are really expensive. They're about $500, which you might think, today $500 for a dress isn't cheap. I wouldn't say it's cheap. But back then, it's not worth 500. It's in their money, it's like $5,000, close to $5,000, 4,000, high 4,000 range. So, I mean, I couldn't imagine someone paying 5,000 today for a dress. I mean, that's really, really high up there. At least for me, I don't have anything that I wear that's even close to 5,000. Even close to, I would say maybe around $100. I mean, even that would be expensive for me. I don't know. I'm not a clothes person, but it's just like, I guess ladies and dresses and all these things in the 50s, but. Oh, after Ethel looks at the price, she's got her bugged out Ricky eyes there. Oh, and I appreciate that, Amedio. Thank you. Now, Amedio, where were you from? Again, were you from Australia? I could be totally wrong, but I could be totally mixing you up with someone else. But I think someone was from Australia that your name was similar to yours. If it wasn't you, it was someone else. But yeah, I just want to get that straight because it's a lingering question in my brain. So, Greg, how much do you credit Desier Naz's comedy style of being the straight man to Lucy's genius? That's a good question, huh? I give him credit for what he did. I think he held his own on the show. I do think everything in terms of him being on the show was due to Lucy because she's the one who petitioned for it very highly. And she was like, it was either him or I'm not doing it. So I do give her credit for basically getting him into it 100%. But then they were a team because Desi did develop the whole camera structure, the whole live audience, so forth. And I think he held his own as an actor. I think he was great. I think he was one of the best, very underrated. And so, yes, for sure. Thank you for that question. So I give him a lot of credit answering your question. Yeah, you're surprised the lady spreads it on the floor. Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know. Someone has to enlighten me on that, if that's a thing. Oh, and there he is, Mr. Don Loper, ladies and gentlemen. Cue the audience clap there. I think that's Mrs. Gordon McCrae. Could be wrong there. Hello, Dan. How are you? Thanks for joining. Very, very expensive stuff. Super expensive dress. I could not even imagine. I'm sure there's stuff like that, but I'm not too high class to be able to know where it would even go. I'd have to ask like my mom or someone who's really into that type of stuff. BGBGM or something, or what's the other one? Louis Vuitton, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not good at the stuff. I do know Lucy, but I don't know Louis Vuitton. Let's just say that. Was Don Loper gay? Like, was that a confirmed thing? I wouldn't even know. I mean, he was a fashion guy. So, just interesting to note. I wouldn't have known. But he died relatively early, right? He had some type of lung cancer. Like, he didn't live long because I looked him up. Looked him up a while ago, and that was kind of surprising to me. Which wife is that? So I believe that's Gordon McCrae. Mrs. Gordon McCrae, as they would call it. Her name is not Gordon McCrae. Her name, I'd have to look her up because I don't know much about Gordon McCrae at all. Sheila McCrae, M-A-C, capital R-A-E. Yeah, I don't know much about him or her. I just know because I'm pretty sure that's what the dialogue is. I'm just going off of my book here, my I Love Lucy book, for the names. Again, I don't know them well. I don't know the couple. I don't even know Gordon McCrae really well. Sheila McCrae. I know William Holden. He was on I Love Lucy. Dean Martin, of course. Dean Martin. Van Heflin, not so much. Forrest Tucker, I've heard of him. Alan Ladd, of course I've heard of Alan Ladd. He's a cowboy. He did a lot of cowboy stuff. Richard Carlson, haven't really heard much of him, to be honest with you. Yeah, so, I mean, that's a pretty good list, I'm sure, for back then. Yeah, she looks great. Like, she looks very fancy and very nice. Oh, my favorite part is when Ethel meets Don Loper. She's like, "Oh, Mr. Loper." She's great there. She is awesome. She's asking her, and Lucy's like, "I'd love to be part of that thing." And she's like, "I'd love to." She'd love to be in that fashion show. Now look at the other beautiful dresses. I don't know if ladies, you might have to chime in on this, but the other dresses are so fancy schmancy, so beautiful. And then that simple black one, and they cost the same. Oh, and then look at Ethel's expression when she meets Loper. It's amazing. She does this a few times in the series. Oh, this is great. I'd like you to meet Mrs. Fred Mertz. She's like super embarrassed, and she looks him top to bottom. She looks him up top to bottom, which see, that's what's interesting to me, that this series, like, obviously before filming and everything, they would have met Don Loper. Like, he would be in the backstage area, and he would have met with Lucy and Desi and but it's also interesting to know, it's like, wow, you get to meet this person, now I get to work with them. And then you're acting. Oh, Lucy falling. You're acting, but it's also like, oh my gosh, like Don Loper or whoever your star might be, whether it's Bill Holden or Bob Hope, and it's like she looked at him up and down. I don't think that was scripted. I think that's just her looking at him, taking in the idea of Don Loper being right there. It's like, it's pretty cool. So it's a very human expression, I think, of her to do that. And her bringing the dress along, $500 dress. So this wasn't the cheapest dress. She thought it was the cheapest dress, but when she opens it up right now and she looks at the tag, you're gonna see they do the expression, and she's like, $500. Doesn't he know any other number but 500? Yeah, she thinks it's the simplest dress, but it's not necessarily the cheapest dress. It costs the same. See, Ethel goes like that, and then look at her lips. It can't be, but it is. Doesn't Loper know any other about 500? She goes, yeah, $500. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not critical. I'm just saying I don't know fashion, and it's just weird to me how the other ones were fancy. I guess I would go for that one if there were options, if I was a lady looking for a dress, but maybe subtle can be expensive too, right? I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. And Lizzie just leaves it there like, mm. She's worried of what Ricky's gonna do. You could tell the background is paper right now. Or the background's some type of material. I had some pictures of that background and what's behind that balcony, which is just floor. You think it's like going down, or it's like it's precipice. It's not. Like, and yes, Dan, it would have been like a $5,000 dress somewhere in there. Isn't that nuts? Even today, a $5,000 dress. Could you believe that? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look for those photos. They're really cool. It might have been on it in some type of DVD or some type of film that I've seen. But yeah, where you get to see that. I have to look that up. But it was the behind the scenes look at that stuff. So she said her brain's all dried up. She can't think of a plan to get out of this one. Super dangerous, Lucy. What did you do? So I would say this is one of Lucy's weak plans, where she goes out and gets burned so that Ricky doesn't get upset at her. Because then she has to go to the fashion show all burned up. It doesn't work out well for her. Hey, that is a good idea, Ethel says. And there she goes. But I guess you bought the dress for the label. Yeah, I was going to say something like that. It's kind of like you buy a Ferrari maybe just because you want a Ferrari. Not so much like if it's the most beautiful. It's like, hey, it's a Ferrari. You know, yeah. So I guess that makes sense. So I think this is the one where Fred says he wants to buy like an orange grove or something in Anaheim. And there comes Lucy, fully sunburned. Now, was this one in color, guys and gals? I don't know. That would be cool to see our red like that, you know? Honey, what happened? So Greg is asking, have you seen the color film shot by an audience member that is superimposed with the black and white show? I have seen it. Yes, it's the one with the clown, Buffalo the Clown, the audition, I believe. It's pretty cool. It's well done. I have the footage myself. I might post it for you guys to see in case you haven't seen it. Let me know if you want to see it. It's pretty cool. It's like the episode mixed with the black and white footage. No color for this one. Alon just confirmed it for me. Such a shame. I would love to see that because, especially because it's a fashion show, the women, all of the stars' wives, right? They're wearing all these different outfits. I'm sure they're very colorful. Maybe that's what makes it difficult. I don't know. $500. Look at his face. $500 for one dress. Oh my god. You cannot explain $500 for one dress. Take it back. No, take it back. He goes, he's freaking out. So apparently she wore a dress with like a type of a strap going on there. And she wore some type of sunglasses. She has sandals, super sunburn with the towel around her. Está loco de la cabeza. She's crazy in the head. Or she's mentally crazy. I love how she moves. Her hands are like this, and she's like in full pain. Oh, man. I've gotten sunburn where it's hurt. Not your whole body like that, but yeah. Although, how would her whole body... Is it just her front or her back, too? Because she would have to flip, right? And she was asleep. So I'm guessing she was asleep face up. Then maybe turned around without knowing and then burned the other side. That'd be horrible. Oh, and this is where Don Loper's asking her, hey, one of the ladies dropped out. Can you be in the fashion show? He's like, I would love to have you, and I would give you the dress for free. Unfortunately, I'm sure he did that because it was the simplest looking dress that maybe no one buys. A little Ricknineg theory there. But she's so happy. She's like, oh, Ethel. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Hey, Ethel, I could wear the dress. If I go to the fashion show, I could keep it. She's like, oh, I'm going to do it. And look at Fred. He's like, what is wrong with this woman? How am I caught in between all of this craziness? And there it is. So they added a bit of a stage. Now here's an error that I haven't noted in one of my bloopers. So if you look on the right, I'm going to probably make another blooper episode here and there. Because there's more that I keep finding and seeing. And so I think that would be good. Oh, well, thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. So that guy that's clapping, he's an extra that's seen a lot. So he's on the right-hand side. Well, maybe it's... For you guys, it's probably on the left. And he's the one closest to the entrance of the stage. They're going to pan to Ethel, and he's behind Ethel, and then they're going to pan here, and he's right there. So you see him, he is not on Don Loper's side, the opposite side, in the black suit. Yeah. So... And that is... I don't want to go over who is who, because I can't keep track of whose wife is who. Maybe this is Dean Martin's wife. I don't know. But yeah, they're wearing pretty cool looking dresses. I wanted to show you that shot. So that guy that's right now talking to that woman, and I'm sure that was done later after the fact, not during the filming. So it was like shots that were done later and so forth. Very cool. The thing is, I find it interesting that they brought the wives here. Would would they have known, the audience, how the wives looked, if that makes sense? I guess. I don't know if Hollywood was as gossipy. I'm sure it was. But, you know, I don't think they had TMZ or shows like that. I mean, there was Hedda Hopper. But I'm going to guess that the audience kind of knew what these ladies looked like, right? I guess when they had weddings and so forth, they would find out who these women were. I wonder if she had been that sunburned at some point in her life. I don't know. Good question. This is Mrs. Richard Carlson. And I hate to call them by their husbands' names, you know. That's the old way of doing it. Or that's the classic way of doing it. So her name is... Oh, come on. There we go. So, Mrs. Richard Carlson. Mona. That's Mona Carlson right there. And we have some very new to Hollywood. Lucy. How much editing was typical for an episode, Greg asked, since it was shot on film? There was so much more film material than ended up on the final show. I mean, there was definitely editing in there, but it wasn't heavy. There were some episodes that were, like, not bonus bucks, home movies, that was not shot in front of the audience because there was a lot of effects, quote unquote, that were used. So yes, editing was still needed because remember, there were 3 cameras going on at the same time. And so the going back and forth and the shots, that was decided later by the director and how it would go. Remember, the audience saw everything. But what we see, like that shot where you see Ethel, that was shot not during the live performance. It couldn't have been because you have that actor in both places at once. Yeah, I'm the same way, Patty. I don't know who Richard Carlson was. So the editing was there, but it wasn't as much as, like, let's say a movie, or even, I would say, most TV shows that weren't shot in front of a live studio audience. That's probably a lot more. I have looked up all these actors before, but I don't know them enough. But, you know, I'm sure some are more high profile than others. She's like, the dress is mine. Oh, Lucy. Alright, so I think we're going to end it here. I got to go get some food and do a few things today. I have to put stuff for my other channel, my European Motors channel, which if you guys want to take a look at, you're more than welcome to see. I got links in the description. And Lucy got that free dress for being in the fashion show, which is awesome. Sneaky. And there's a mysterious envelope that they're going to open. And it says, well, apparently Ricky left her a $500 check to buy the dress. So since she got that one for free, she said she's not going to return the check. It's just probably going to get another dress. So, yes. Greg, have you had any interaction with Lucy's daughter or family? So Lucy's daughter, Lucy Luckenbill or Lucy Arnaz, she watched one of my videos. It's up to like 300,000 now. It's a 17 bloopers video, and she commented on it, which you can see it if you go look at the video. Let me just cover this up. Oh, there. Just stop the footage here. Yes, and so I was honored at the fact that she watched my video, and she was she complimented very highly, and I'm like so amazed at that. We also messaged back and forth a few times on Facebook, so I was very honored at that. So if you call that interaction, but yeah, that's really cool, and I'm very proud of that. Let me see what else. And so thank you, Dan. Thank you, all of you guys, for watching. I do appreciate that. It is really, really amazing to see all of your love and support have continued. It's not just in the beginning. Like, you guys have shown constant support, so I really, really appreciate that. I'll see you all next time, guys and gals. If you haven't subscribed, if you want to see more content, please don't be afraid to put stuff in the comments of my videos, because I see this and I try to answer you guys, and so it means the world to me. I'll see you all next time, and don't forget to stay positive, always better yourself, and most importantly, be hopeful.